Hey, what's up guys? Today we're taking a look at the classic game Castle Crashers. This came out back in 2008 on the Xbox 360. Man, those were the good old days. You remember the Xbox 360 arcade with all those indie games? It gave us classics like Doritos Crash Course and of course Castle Crashers.
I'm gonna go get jiggy with it. What's up, baby?
But is it still worth playing after all this time? Well, there's a lot to get into, like the player count, replayability, updates, DLCs, hopefully a sequel, and just the game overall. I'm sure most of you aren't new to Castle Crashers, but this is a 2D hack and slash beat 'em up type of game that's better if you play co-op. Luckily, I had a couple of friends to help me beat the life out of these cute little enemies.
Oh, wow! What a dick! Dude, Jordan beat his ass to death?
The presentation is this casual, cute arcade type of vibe, but it's not too innocent, having a little bit of gore and a few funny moments. But I like the medieval cartoon presentation we have going on here.
Fucking, how dare you live?
It's moving!
I like how scared he is.
Oh my god.
Oh, he shit
Bro,
his-
what are
he
fucking
literally just
animals
shit
in this
himself.
game, bro?
I'm not too big on stories, and luckily this one doesn't matter too much like an old school FPS, but I'm pretty sure some wizard douchebag takes our shit and our bitches. Like, it's one thing to take some stupid ass crystal I don't care about, but you cross the line once you take our beautiful queens. And that's when shit really gets poppin' and you start beating everything up. This is a hack and slash, so you spam the attack button a lot, but if you stick with that strategy, it won't go well for you. There's other mechanics and things to account for like combos, and it can be pretty exciting learning and getting the hang of a good new combo. A mechanic that I slept on, and maybe it was because of my character, was the magic. Every character gets their own magic ability, which makes each character a little more unique, as well as having some different stats. You unlock them in different ways like beating the game. I went with this tanky skeleton character that I must have unlocked years ago. I bought and beat this game back in 2013, and it's cool that it kept my progress. Let me know when you bought this game or if it's your first time playing it. Not to mention what platform you're playing on or how you're playing this game. I'm playing this on PC with a mouse and keyboard, but I probably recommend playing with a controller or on console. I prefer keyboard and mouse and I think it's fine, but even the game recommends a controller, which makes sense for this type of game.
Damn,
Run away
my
from it, bro.
controller is vibrating like a motherfucker, by the way.
Like, there's a few parts of the game that change up the gameplay and switch things up, kinda like a mini game, and I guess you can tell that it feels more like a console game, but definitely not in a bad way. I think these are some of the best parts of the game. And some of them have a little puzzle or platforming, and I look forward to seeing how this game switches up the gameplay. And one of the bigger ways it does that is with all of these bosses. There's a fair amount of mini bosses and bosses at the end of levels. Some of them are pretty hard and some of them just take a while. You don't go too long without fighting a boss or some type of mini game, so the gameplay never drags out for too long. And one of my favorite and funniest moments is when you fight your friends to kiss the princess after beating the boss.
Yo, what's up, girl? Oh, wait, ow! That's my girl. Wait, I'm dead? Not dead. She has chlamydia. She has so much chlamydia.
Now that was a good and funny way to make friends attack each other, but even if you want to make it that far, you might need to stop at the shop to buy some items like potions. You get gold as a currency and you might find a useful weapon or pet at the shop, but I mostly bought potions. Speaking of pets, I'm sure you noticed these little homies following us around and they give you little bonuses. Some characters can use certain pets and you can unlock more by replaying the game. It's pretty cool how you have this area for your pets and your weapons. And like I said earlier about how funny the PvP was attacking my friends, well, apparently you can attack strangers too. I'll admit that I didn't play it, but this game has an online arena where you can fight other people. I only fought in the arena with my friends a couple times, but we were more interested in the co-op side of things. We might have missed out on some other content, but maybe you can squeeze this game for its juice better than us. After beating the game once, one of my friends was pretty much done with his game, so the rest of us were too. I think we could have kept going, but not everybody's gonna want to replay the game after beating it. I'm pretty sure it's like a new game plus after beating it, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours to beat the game, and for some people, the game is gonna stop there. But there are reasons to keep playing after beating the game, like unlocking new weapons, pets, and characters. Not to mention that you can level up your character and upgrade your stats. You get XP in this game to level up your character, and you can keep it going after beating the game up to level 99. It looks like I beat the game at level 23 with one character, so that's potentially a lot of replayability if you love this game. Sometimes you might have to replay levels to get a bit stronger, but it's still at a good and smooth pace. It's also cool how you go from level to level that reminds me of Mario or something. It reminds me that you're playing an adventure game on an adventure. And if you want another reason to keep playing, then you can always go achievement hunting if you haven't already. Some long-term ones like collecting all of the animal orbs and winning 40 PvP arena matches. Oh hell nah. But luckily you should still have that option because as we take a look at the player count, it's not looking too bad. Although it's clearly not in its prime, it never drops below a few hundred players. I think that'll start happening in like 2030 or 2040. But I'm sure you can notice that there's a recent spike in the player base, and that's because the developers announced a new DLC back in July. The newest content in about a decade. I mean, this game does little bug fixes and goes on sale, but this is an actual update. It isn't out as of this video, but it might be by the time you watch this. At least we know that it's a DLC where you create your own character. And I think that includes how it looks, as well as choosing its magic and weapon. And then you can share it with the world? This is basically like a Steam Workshop DLC. This game does have other DLCs, but not as big as this. I think it's pretty cool, and it reminds me how I think they should have updated this game more. It seems like they do enough behind the scenes and I respect the developers, but it's fun to imagine things like this game having more content updates or even a Steam Workshop with mods. Like imagine if there were paid DLCs for new campaigns with new areas and enemies to level up in, maybe more mini games or more of a fleshed out PvP experience, or maybe what if they made a sequel? I think it would be a big deal if they made Castle Crashers 2.
Bye.
Are you kidding me?
Farewell, soldier.
I don't know when it'll happen, but I have a feeling it'll happen. Leave a comment when it happens. I believe they remastered Castle Crashers on console, but I think most of the new content it added was a new minigame, but we need a full new sequel. But luckily the original Castle Crashers is pretty accessible, being on multiple platforms and easy to run. It's also not too expensive, being $15 and about $5 on sale. It's just one of those games most real gamers should know about, or at least should have played. There's very few criticisms I have with this game, all things considered. I do wish there was more of a motivation to keep playing and that there were more co-op or multiplayer features. Like the co-op arena matches were fun at first, and there were some moments that made the game feel not co-op friendly, and losing track of your character can be annoying and a bit funny.
Matt's fighting his own people, it's kind of hard to tell. God damn it, Matt's actually, this is the first time it's like truly hard to tell.
Wait, which one's Matt? I think it's the one spinning in circles.
You know what's even more insane? Matt's using the same weapon as them now.
You're right. No, you know what we should do? We should play Where's Waldo, but Where's Matt?
This is just one of those games that makes me imagine adding more to it. Either way, I think there's very few things dragging this game down if it looks like your type of game. Even though it was a short experience for my friend, it was still a throwback and a good time. It seems like the type of game to play every now and then as a good throwback, but I'm sure some of you still grind this game and play consistently. Either way, if you consider the price, player count, replayability, and overall fun factor, I think Castle Crashers is still worth playing.
Hello?
I hate my life.
This is a classic from the good old days, and some games just hit different back then. I'm sure a lot of you have memories with this game. Luckily, this game is still easy to pick up and play, so you can create some new memories. But thank you guys for watching. It can be fun and random uploading whatever game I happen to be playing and seeing how you guys like it. I'd appreciate a like if you enjoyed, or if I took you down memory lane. That's partially why I show the gameplay in order. And subscribe if you want to discover or remember cool games. Thanks for watching until the very end, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I wonder what would happen if Matt just died too. Wait, what the fuck? Matt?
Congrats.
What'd you do? Matt, what the fuck did you do to her?
Acid. Yeah, I think we did acid.
Wow.